Going.
Hey, John.
Hey,
Hey,
Mike, how we doing?
John, Mike,
Hey, Alexa.
and everyone else.
So, let's see.
Eh, Looks like we could do a board meeting with the old board members as well. Well, I'm glad we're holding permanent interest. So, John, sorry about all the last minute shuffling.
Oh, no worries. I just been
Based on
at it all day. Yeah.
a
So,
conversation I had last night. That's all kind of last minute for me too.
yeah, I think, hang on, Connie's got a mute her phone. Nope, nope. Okay. How about now?
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
like
I think talk about litigation is, one of the areas for a closed meeting. So obviously that falls directly into it. So that sounds good.
Yep. We're waiting for Amy, huh?
I think so. See Ray's on. Let's see, there's nobody in the
Hooray.
waiting room. Yeah, I see Amy's connecting, so we're all good to go after that.
Okay. Well, let's wait for Amy to connect to audio. Now we can get this show on the road. Amy, are you on? Hey, there you are. Good to see you. Good to see you all. Let's get this this meeting started with a roll call of board members. Maybe I can just say that I see Mike Morlang is on and Amy Golden, and I'm here, so we're all here. Adoption of the agenda. John sent out a amended agenda that took out the water rights issue, which we're going to mostly discuss in a closed session, and I will give an update on that in the board updates before we move into a closed session on that. So I would entertain a motion to adopt the agenda like it's been sent out like 30 minutes ago by John. Or if any of the other board members have a comment on that, I would entertain that as well. So I can make a motion to,
I was just reading through it, Alexa. I'm sorry.
okay. Sorry, patience is not what I do best. The change is that we've taken the water right issue out of it, and I'll address I will address it a little bit on the board updates. Then we added a closed meeting to it. Although I think the adjournment needs to go after the closed meeting.
That's correct.
There's a bit of
We would need to
kabuki.
swap 8 and
Amy,
9.
I can't hear you, but if you can turn the sound on. I still don't.
Yeah, you're not showing as muted on my screen, Amy, so I don't have any control over that. Everybody else that's muted, I can see, but Yeah, Amy, you're not, I don't have the ability to unmute you because you're not muted according to my screen. I'm not sure.
No, I don't see it either.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not sure what we could do.
Maybe we can leave the meeting and then come back. That's
But
sometimes. makes it
how about your overall volume on your computer, Amy? Is your computer volume or your mic volume? Okay. I'm assuming Amy fell off to try to rejoin to see if that.
Yeah, sometimes that
a
fixes
problem.
everything. It's kind of like with a computer, you turn it on and off and somehow that fixes
Could
whatever
be,
is
yeah.
wrong.
That or shake it. That helps too a
Or
lot.
bang your TV on the side.
That's what I want to do with that SAM site. I'm still working on Alexa and I have been, but we'll see what happens. I get into the site and there's nothing on
Yeah,
it to manage the
yeah.
people. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Can you hear me? I'm on, I moved computer.
Yes, yes, that
Hear
works
you.
great.
I
Okay.
can't hear you, Amy. I can't. No, I'm kidding. I can hear you. I can hear you. There we
So
go.
I did move to adopt the agenda. I guess nobody heard that.
Okay,
Sorry.
I'll
Jeez.
second Alexa.
okay, well, everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Okay, let's do this. Approval of the minutes. It seems a long time ago, but I do remember that I read them right after the meeting and they seemed fine. Thank you, Connie. That's
Yeah, I'll make a
anybody,
motion. We approve the meeting minutes from 8/7.
I'll second.
yeah, everybody in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Okay, we review the procedures for electronic participation. I don't have chapter and verse, but they haven't changed any rules, so we can still do it. And we are. Public comments. We do public comments on every meeting. We have 15 minutes maximum. Everyone wanting to speak has up to 3. No question and answer, but we are happy to take your comments. If any of our guests want to address the board, this is the moment. No, if nobody wants to speak, then we will move on to the next item, which I believe is board updates. Shall I start?
Sure. Go ahead, Alexa.
Okay, so the one update that I have is on water rights. Just quick recap. TUID missed the extension deadline for proving our rights back in 2021. We asked Jones and the Mill to petition for a reinstatement of our rights, and they failed to do so, I believe, at all. They didn't even send in a late petition. And our water rights lapsed. We have, after that, filed an application for replacement rights that was approved, but only for 1.73 acre foot, which is, in the grand scheme of things, almost equivalent to nothing. And we have then filed a request to reconsider that, which was ignored for 20 days, which amounts to a denial. I have contacted Jones and the Mill, told them all that, and asked them what to do next. And it looks like that might very well end up in litigation. So we're going to discuss that further in a closed session after we do the rest of the board updates and the manager reports. That was my, oh, on the other update that we have is on the, on our grant application that we were not selected for funding. Another opportunity has come up. I think John and I both attended a webinar that told us exactly what it was about. This one is going to go in 2 stages. We're going to have an opportunity to file a concept letter, I think they call it. That's only 7 pages. Based on that, they're going to issue either an encouragement to file a full application, which is many pages, or they're going to file to discourage you. If you get discouraged to file an application, you can still file it, but your chances of a positive outcome are slim to none in those situations. So the concept letter is due in February, so we have a little time to piece that together. I think we can improve our position by somehow further defining the more technical aspects of our application. And I've been poking around to see if I could get some funding programs, something to help us out with that. And I have not been successful yet, but the search continues. So not very good news in the last 2 months, but we will continue to move forward. That was my update. Mike or Amy?
I don't have anything to report this time.
Amy?
Have anything either. Thank you for all the work that you did on that grant, and I'm sorry that it fell through,
Well,
but we'll
the
get
new
it.
grant has all the same chapters, so there's a lot of the work that can just be recycled in the new format.
No, I was there for probably about the first 25 minutes of the webinar yesterday, and it looks like we are.
We
It's for
check all
us.
the boxes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like there they have like
Mm.
6 things that they consider,
Oh.
and we can reasonably say yes to every single qualification. So
Yeah, there was one, the only thing missing was the word tickaboo, because they specifically mentioned ultra remote and diesel generation.
yeah,
Put
yeah, I
tickaboo
think
in there,
so.
and that
Yeah, I think
defines us to a T. Yeah,
yeah.
that was
So
encouraging, at least in words anyway.
yeah. Of course, there's only so much money to give away, so at some point somebody has to make a choice.
Yeah, yeah. You saw, Lex, where they had the you could apply for a lower, was it 5% match versus the 20
Yeah,
and
yeah, we
50%,
do.
but it
I
was less
believe we do
money.
qualify for the 5% match.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
Because clearly we don't have 20%.
No.
So that
Mhm.
would not even be an option.
Yeah.
Okay, managers report. John, Ray wants to go first.
Yeah, I can go. I'm gonna wing it a little bit, but some of it just for being so busy. But it's all stored, so I'll get you guys a written update too. But start off with most recent and relevant is on the generators. I'd hoped to avoid having Wheeler Cat back out before next year. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm chasing a leak on number 3 that's in the cooling system. I think it's a radiator, which you can't, it's like a pin leak now, but those tend to get bigger. So you can't let them go. You know, that's going to have to be pressure tested and identified. Those radiators are huge and expensive, but I would hope it could be repaired, in-house, but we can't.
So
We
is
have
the
to.
number 3, is that the C15 or?
3 is one of the C9s. Yeah. The 15
Okay.
is number 1.
Oh.
But while they're coming out, number 2, the other C9, it had started weeping from the water pump, which that's on purpose to let you know it's going to go out. So I went ahead and got a water pump, but while they're out, I'm going to have them work with them and replace that too. We need them to run, while they're out and to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get them to do that. I need their expertise for the pressure testing and, if there's any replacement on the radiator, but so we got that going on. That should be about next week to have those guys out to do that. And still, I test ran the MQ the other day, but it's been so hot. That's definitely weather and load dependent. So there's no, there'll be no running that anytime soon that I can think of.
We are at about 50% capacity through the next month too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not slowing down.
Yeah, we have to get down in the, from a demand standpoint, it is 60, 70, kilowatts, sometimes 90. That little generator it's got higher capacity rated, but it really doesn't like it. If you push it towards 100 kilowatts, the MQ does not like it because of its design. And what I mean by that, it doesn't like it from a cooling standpoint. They have a reputation for running hotter in general too, because they're standbys. But the next thing still that I'm working on, I mentioned this earlier in another meeting and report, is the water valves. I've got information to Tony from Jackson's, but I hadn't heard back from him, so I'm going to give him a shout. That would be something I would, with luck involved, aim to budget in the 2025 budget, and then look for that work to be done maybe late winter, early spring, replacing those gate valves that are critical to cutting off the water should something happen. Luckily, I've found technical drawings that, describe the valves down to the brand and if they're a 6 or 8-inch valve. And then also technical drawings of the culinary water tank too, which does have a cutoff at it. But we'd also have to see if that cutoff to the tank itself, works. That's going to be key too. But the only and speaking of budgets, I'm going to have to see how we look at that. I think that'd be a call to the state auditor. If that's considered capital, through a cost threshold or what it is, or a combination of both. I just want to verify that with those guys. I don't expect. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, pinpoint the amount, but I'm thinking less than $20,000. I would hope. Those valves are at a depth of they're only about 3 or 4 feet deep, so they're not deep, but it's still, work to replace them as far as that goes. Speaking of budgeting, yeah, I'll have to get with you guys too on what we need to do as far as the meetings, for a draft budget and any amendments. I believe I also mentioned too, the one amendment we're going to have to do. It's not a big deal, but since we're aware of it, we need to, is budgeting depreciation. It never was budgeted in the past, which is, you end up budgeting for a loss when you budget depreciation in. And again, at least it's not actual money. A little bit of it is, but it's, you look at a loss on paper and you have cash in the bank, but you end up, when you put depreciation in, especially ours is 150,000. Then you just budget a loss.
So, so
know.
if we notice the December meeting a week in advance, can we do the amendment and the new budget for 2025 all in one go, or do we have to have a meeting before that?
You know, I believe, and I'm gonna have to jog my own memory that we have to approve a draft first and then go to public hearing for the actual adoption of the budget. And the draft is sent out for review, but I'll verify that.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah,
probably gonna need our November meeting to approve the draft.
I would say, yeah. And we could, in doing that, we could probably combine both the draft budget and the amendment adoptions on there. If we, so far that's been the only one that I've known of, but we're getting to the point, as you start preparing the 25 budget, using the state's template, you put in your current expenses versus what you had budgeted, which we look at that quarterly anyway, sometimes weekly, but it's just a more complete exercise because you're getting near the end of the year where you can really see where your costs are. They're so far we're everything looks, fuel's a little bit under, again, still a ways to go. Repairs are right on the money, as they always are for the generators. They could be over with this visit. But yeah, I'll certainly notify you guys here very soon on that. And part of that too, we just still need to look at a rebuild for one of the C9s. I'm going to assume that would also be, I mean, for the amount of money, a capital improvement, and then how that falls in, and then how you depreciate that asset. I mean, you can't run two schedules, which they're running one now. But if you rebuild something, that's going to be the $1 million question: is how you look at a rebuilt asset that you're depreciating anyway. I'm sure there's a formula that people smarter than me know that we'll look at, but it's got to reset somehow of reinvesting, on that one machine at least.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. No.
I'm sure that. I mean, like
Excuse me.
40 years ago, I probably had a lesson about it, and that's not in my brain anymore.
Well, it almost seems like on a generator, you would look at it on an hourly basis. I mean, you have set standards on rebuilds, but I don't know for sure. Just thinking out loud. But that's it. Yeah, I'll certainly keep you guys updated. Working on financials. They got some action on them. They're not done. So I'll get those out to you guys. We can go back and post them from this meeting. Again, they'll be unaudited, and with our accounting, that's a big broad area. For validity one way or the other. They can either be missing or over, look too good or too bad. But we try to do our best job to do an in-house audit and look at them and go back and forth. But we're still also working on the transition, out at the end of the year when the accounting period ends, that we bring this in-house and just quicker and more accurate on our financials when it comes time to producing them too, because it's just we'll never get out of that vicious circle if we don't take the steps, and we are. But that's it for me on updates for now.
I guess we all need to check if we still have November 13th on the 12th on 13th at 12 o'clock on our calendars.
Okay.
Ray, do you have anything to report? I can't hear you.
Here, let's switch.
Sorry, Alexa. I can't get Amy's to speak. I don't know what it is. We'll have to find it out. But no, we've North Lake Powell's had a really busy year. This is one of the busiest year on records for us, and I don't have anything to report. We've been swamped, and John and Connie have been doing a fabulous job of taking care of the district, and that they're a true asset to the town and to the district. So I don't have anything other than just thanking John and Connie for doing such a great job and helping everybody out where they can.
Yeah, I'd like to second that. And thanks for bringing that up. Okay, so now I have my text somewhere about the closed meeting. There are things I must say. So, probably easiest if I make a motion to move into a closed session under statute 424205. C, strategy sessions to discuss pending or reasonably imminent litigation. So if I can get a second for that motion,
I'll second.
and everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so I think, John, the way this is gonna work, we're gonna leave this open, this meeting. But we're gonna move, we're all muting ourselves, and we're gonna move over to another meeting, and then we're gonna come back here to move out of closed session and adjourn.
If I can do that technically, Alexa, I don't know if I can run
Maybe you can't have two meetings open at the
two
same time.
meetings
Huh?
simultaneously. I don't see where I can. We can
Okay,
certainly,
then we'll just close this off, and I guess our guests can hang on for the exciting adjournment, or they can
yeah, if you want to come
enjoy
back
the
into
rest.
this meeting, and adjourn, Alexa, we
Yeah.
can certainly do that.
Yeah, I think that's how we're supposed to do it.
Yeah, when I end this meeting, it's gonna shut down. It's gonna record what's here, so I can figure that out.
Yeah, we'll just go all
We'll
log
see.
on back to this meeting, and then we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, there's breakout rooms on here, Alexa, but yeah, when I end this one, I don't know if there's any coming back to it or
Yeah.
not.
Well,
That's one thing.
maybe we
Yes.
can look at the Zoom instructions for next time.
I
Okay.
I
think you
can
can make
probably
somebody
ask
else a
our
presenter.
IT person here. He knows how to do it.
Who's that?
The IT person at
Oh,
Trustlands,
okay,
he
okay,
knows how to do the breakout session, but
okay.
we'll
Well, there's
figure
breakout
that
rooms
out.
on here.
We've done it in the past and just made somebody else a presenter, but I don't know that we have that option. You make somebody else a presenter and then John, you can run another meeting. But I don't know if that's,
Yeah. Well, let's just get out of this meeting
Yeah,
and
hang
go
on, hang
into
on.
the other
Yeah,
meeting, and
let's do this let me try something real quick here. Let's see. I got Alexa, Amy, Connie. Okay. Let's see. Okay, got that. Breakout rooms.
join. John Motley is inviting you to join room 1. Shall I hit join?
Yeah, do that and see, and then we can see if we come back to this one, Alexa, if you guys want to do that.
John, can you hear me? You're muted.
Let's see. All right.
I can
Yep.
hear you, Amy.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yep. I can hear you, Amy.
Cool.
I think we're waiting on Alexa. She didn't make it back from the other side. I wonder, if you know what? I think probably Alexa probably left this meeting, maybe. Oh, there she
Here
is.
I just saw her. There
There
she
she is.
is.
Okay. Thought you got lost in space, Alexa. So
Alexa's muted.
can't unmute her. Alexa, you got to unmute yourself. Apparently, I can't unmute.
It took me a while to figure that little door that on the bottom right that said leave the breakout room.
There you go. Yeah, no, that's new for me too. So hopefully that worked out.
Okay,
Just
so
this.
somebody needs to make a motion that we go out of closed session.
I move to go out of the closed session.
I'll second.
Everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And then somebody needs to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll
I
make a
move
motion.
to- Go ahead, Mike.
Sorry, Amy.
You go ahead. I'll second you.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
A second.
Everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all.
You.
All right. Have a good night,
Well,
guys.
We'll
You too.
All right.
See you
be
next
in
time.
Take care. All right.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.